Squad up, haters down, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around, don't come around. Got the crowd, gone wild, gone wild. Tell me what you know about that milk style,
Yo, it's Memphis Jelks, and this is the Memphis Jelks Show. Yo, we are back once again, man. This is fun. Damn, I'm having fun doing this, man, every week. Plus, I'm working on my new album, man, so y'all be on the lookout for that too, man. The beats are off the hook. I didn't tell y'all this. I didn't tell y'all, man. I donated a drum machine and a Kai mini keyboard to Cordova with all my beats in it. You know what I'm saying? So whoever got that in Cordova, man, hey, I hope y'all appreciate that blessing. Because now I had to start from scratch. I had to get me another MPC. I had to get me another a Kai, you know what I'm saying? Keyboard mini. Because apparently I didn't know. I thought like in broad daylight, you know what I'm saying? I could park my motorcycle and just run in the store and grab something real quick without somebody taking it off my motorcycle. I didn't know. Y'all didn't tell me, man, but I did know. They be saying it's the Dirty Dover, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Dirty Dover and whoever over there who got my beat machine, man, and my keyboard, man. Salute to y'all, man, because y'all got some heat in that joint. Some smashes. But it's all good, man, because that's what we do over here, you know what I'm saying? We bounce back. So without further ado, you know what I'm saying? I got to bring on the homie.
Drums, please.
Oh, it's in the building. Oh, it's in the building once again.
What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on? Oh, man, what's going on?
Listen, you can't be leaving free equipment out on your motorcycle when you're going to
Come on. Now, come on, man.
It became community property at that point, man. You can't do that now.
Yeah, man. It was in a backpack. You know what I'm saying? They took the backpack, you know, off the back of my joint, man. It was just, yeah. And then I'm just like, I did that? Memphis Jelks? What the heck? You know what? Hey, I don't know. Sometimes I guess you can start living a certain lifestyle and you start forgetting, you start getting happy and shit. I was living too good. I was in a safe area and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking like, well, I feel like I was in Mayberry or something, didn't I? I said, let me just run in this store real quick and come back. Ain't nobody gonna take nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna take nothing off the motorcycle, bro. But anyway.
You thought Andy Griffin was driving down the road, didn't you?
Bro, yeah, man. So I basically donated it. You know, I donated it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cordova. I love Cordova, but hey, like I said, they got some dope beats, a dope drum machine, a dope keyboard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting from scratch. You know what I'm saying? I got a Kai, you know, MPC. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to rock with. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The keyboard. You know. And I ain't missed yet. Every song I done dropped so far is a smash. I'm back with a vengeance.
So that was the motivation you needed, huh?
It was, because it let me know that I'm too comfortable out this bitch.
Well, you gotta stay on it, man. You gotta stay on it.
Yeah, it woke me up, man. I was too comfortable. But anyway, shout out to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the phone lines are open as usual. Y'all can call in, man. We love hearing from y'all. We thank y'all for watching, and we thank y'all for supporting every week, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't do this without y'all. We appreciate it so much, man. So many people have been buying the Team Jelks shirts off Amazon, man. People have been buying the Memphis Jelks show shirts off Amazon, man. We thank y'all so much, man, because we don't get paid, man. We don't get paid to do this, man. We do it for the love, man. And to inspire and empower people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, tonight's guest is so powerful, man. to where, man, when I sent him a request, legendary. When I sent him a request, I was praying that he would accept, bro. I'm talking about praying, man. Straight out of STL, man. I mean, platinum, diamond status DJ. Got the platinum records and got the diamond records to prove it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a legend in his own city. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to St. Louis, Missouri, and East St. Louis. Shout out to East St. Louis, Illinois, too. You hear that? The button act like it didn't want to work. I think the button worked for Cordova. They in on it. That button in on it.
Trying to take it away, man.
Man, they trying to take me out. Well, hey, like what DJ Quick say, they must have wanted me to quit because they got on my bike and stole. Oh my! But they must have thought I was gonna play the punk role just because my equipment got stole. But I ain't going out like no sucker. Hold up. They better be glad I can't find it. They better be. Oh, there it is. But I ain't going out like no sucker. Clown, you found. They couldn't keep a dope down. So here's some bass in your face, mother sillies. But they stop a brother like the smooth stuff. Yo, I had to let that out. But anyway, we about to bring on our guest, very special guest, man. Shout out to Mecca, man. Mecca in the man, love Mecca, man. Mecca said, "That's my big bro." I ain't gonna hold y'all no more, man. Here's STL's finest DJ, finest radio promoter. I mean, finest radio programmer. I said promoter, I meant programmer. The finest film producer. The finest everything, man. STL's finest.
Drums, please.
DJ G-Wiz.
Welcome to the Mr. Jelks Show.
Welcome to the show.
What's happening? Correction. Let me just correct something. Let's delete the word fine and just put in there one of. Because there's many. There's a ton of DJs in St. Louis, a ton of them. And we all do our thing. There's a ton of film producers in St. Louis. We all do our thing. So I would never say the best or the finest. Just one of.
We respect that. We respect that, man. We know you just being humble though, man, because we see the diamond record back there.
hey, okay, but I'm gonna say, but it's not my picture in the diamond. So that's what makes the difference. We all support it and promote it by playing certain music or whatever. So that makes us a part of again, right?
Yep. Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, we're proud of you. And we want to say, man, thank you for taking the time out, man, to come and be on the show as a guest, bro. We appreciate it so much, man.
Thank y'all for having me, man. All the way in Memphis, man. I used to hang out there.
It's an honor. It's an honor. I like how you say there. You sound just like that's that St. Louis there, man.
Okay, I'm done. All right. Peace.
I thought Nelly and them had made that up. No, this is true. I've been listening to him say it since we was backstage. I ain't gonna say nothing, but he sounds just like the St. Lunatics.
The St. Louis dialect.
That's dope.
Yeah, all cities have their own language, the way they speak, you know. So
Yep, it's dope, man. So were you born and raised in STL?
Yeah, I was born here. I was raised, and yeah.
Nice, nice. How was it like, growing up as a kid in the STL, man?
Shoot, man, how the same way it was, and no, I can't say that. I can't say that. All places are different. For me, it was like a highlight. It was like some of the best times of my life because as a kid, first of all, we and not in all situations, but we were blessed that at least we had food to eat and a place to sleep. Um, so being able to just be carefree, uh, doing not knowing the things that grown-ups were dealing with, like the kids today, we didn't have to deal with all of these the grown folks things. We were just kids rolling tires with dirt in them, climbing trees, playing baseball, kickball, and all that type of stuff. We wasn't concerned with who liked us and who had more than you and all of that because there was no social media, thank goodness. So it was a whole different thing. you know Everybody watched out for each other. You saw things, and if you didn't understand things, you asked somebody your age, and if they didn't know, you just didn't know the answer. But every now and then would be that one kid, that 98-year-old little kid in your class that knew everything. How? I don't know. You can ask them about whatever, anything that had to do with grown life, they knew about it. Now, why was we all in the same class in second and third grade and they knew all this? Don't know.
Wow, man, that's something else. You're right about that. I was probably that dude.
He was always in
Man.
grown folks' business, huh, Jokes? Never.
Man, no, it wasn't that. It was just like, I don't know. I would volunteer to help the teacher pass out papers to the students and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to stop right there before, before you can
Flag on the play.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, let's pass out these papers to these kids.
Yeah, okay, Miss. Hey, as Theodore Cleaver would say, yeah, shout out to Miss Landers.
Oh man, so how was the culture, growing up in STL, like teenage type culture, like once you start becoming a young adult?
It was the same thing as a young teenager. It was pretty much the same as growing up. It just that people got older, more flexible in the things that they did. Still a big thing of respect. And yeah, of course, everything wasn't perfect, but confrontations happened and people, bust out with the boxing gloves or they fist and they get it on and then it's over with. And a couple of days later, we all back together again, So it wasn't, we were playing reindeer games, as I would say, because everybody got to wake up the next day. And again, that's the difference between then and now, more so like deer games now, the deer hunter, you don't wake up, confrontation happened. It's like, why did it have to go that far? So no, parties, basement parties, black light, backyard parties, family reunions, picnics, all that type of stuff. It was fun. It was fun.
And don't forget skating.
Well, skating is another life. That's another life right there. Skating was a thing that was an extra curricular thing. See, the thing is, the girls, once they got older, teenage years, they pretty much, when dealing with dolls and all that stuff. But they didn't play sports like that either. They may play softball, but they wasn't into basketball back then like they are today. So the activity they had was doing double dutch, jacks, roller skating, and where girls go, guys go. Skating became like huge in St. Louis because of that activity. It's that activity that anybody, even the unathletic person, could do. That's what made it so big. It's like, where you going? Skating. I don't know how to skate. Get some street skates. Learn on the street. We learned from watching roller derby. We didn't skate like we played roller derby, but we didn't have a style until we went to the skating rink and watched the older people skate. And once we saw how they skated, it's like, okay, there's a more than just skating around in circles on this. There's a elegance to this thing that makes it where the opposite sex want to skate with you. you got to be able to have some type of form and charisma, or you'll be skating by yourself because you look crazy, And so that kind of pulled in everybody, where St. Louis, for the most part, it was a unified skating floor where pretty much everybody, over 90% of the people, skated the same way. I didn't know that it was a big difference in that until in the 80s when I went to Cali, LA, and then when I went up to the Empire up in Brooklyn, New York, and saw how they skated, and it's like, whoa, this is different, because it was people doing everything, legs, arms moving. It was like watching Soul Train on skates.
Wow.
As opposed to watching ballroom type dancing, waltzing. Because, you look at a room of waltzers, they all move in the same direction at the same time. So it's a different flow. But in those two cities, everybody was doing their own thing. They was in their own world, but nobody was kicking or hitting nobody. So they knew what they was doing. And that was the first time I ever saw skating like that. And it's like, whoa, okay. Then I got out there, though. I didn't care because I knew how to skate. So I knew how to maneuver around them, or anticipate when they get ready to swing a leg, So it was like that back then in the 70s and 80s. And 90s.
So what was the music scene like in St. Louis growing up? Like, what was that like for you? When did you first get introduced to music, and what type of music did you first get introduced to?
I got into music when I was a kid because my stepfather had a band. So every day, every Saturday and Sunday when they practice, I'm sitting on the couch watching the whole session. So I wanted to play instruments. Never did. Never got the chance. Was promised that, but I never came around to it. So when I became 14, 13, my neighbor was a DJ, and he knew that I liked music and roller derby, and I can't leave that out. And so we became like tight, and then became like best friends. And he gave me my first set of turntables because he used to take me to lounges and taverns with him This was later though. This was when I turned 18 though, when he would take me to lounges and taverns with him, even though we both were underage, but he had that older look and charisma that they didn't care because he knew the music that the people in the taverns and lounges wanted to hear, the Johnny Tellers and that whole Memphis sound, that blues type, and then he knew the funk and everything. And so we both knew the music, but he, of course, was a better programmer. He knew how to make that music talk. Plus, he was an MC. So I learned from watching him, and we were DJ partners for like 30 years, and that's how I ended up getting into music from being a kid when I was 9, 10 years old.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
When did it go from like a hobby to you starting to get like affiliated with like in the industry, like the music industry?
I got asked to do a radio show because at the time I had my record company, and one of the guys who had a radio show asked me would I like to come on that show and do mixes, a hip hop show called African Alert. And so I was like, of course. So that was in 1988. And I was with him for about 3 years. And then he gave the show up. He got out of the radio thing and passed the show to me. So I took the show up to 1998, December of 98. And then I passed it on to my co-host, and they took it from that point. And today, that show, or the roots of that show, still exist on the same station that I'm on now.
Wow. And then
just change names. That's all.
So
okay, my bad. Go ahead. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Oh,
I was about to say. So how was it transitioning from playing in the clubs, the taverns, the holes in the walls, to actually being on a syndicated show or being on a radio show? Did you have to change your style, or did you have to be more consistent and more precise, or was it just a natural transition to going from outside of the radio gigs to being on radio?
What's that hairstyle they used to have in the 70s that was like round like this? What did they call it?
Afro.
No, before they called it that.
You might have lost us on that one.
I say they probably predate us on that one.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's called the natural. See, that's why I say if the generations talk to each other, they will understand the language. They will be able to get every little pin that's dropped because they could pick up on it. Natural, Afro. You asked me the question, was it a natural thing or did it? No, it was natural. Being that I wasn't doing clubs. I didn't do clubs. I was doing the taverns and things with him and the basement parties and all of that. But my residency was I was the skating rink DJ for 30 some years. So I came from the skate world.
Gotcha.
And to this day, I've never changed the way I play music. I always stayed in my own lane. My lane is what I love. And if I don't like your music, I won't play your music. If I love your music, I'm going to play it a lot. That's it.
Speaking of DJing at the rink, you got a documentary movie out about the rink. Can you kind of we want to play the trailer, but can you kind of give us a brief description of the rink and what inspired you to create this movie documentary?
Actually, I was inspired after seeing that movie Roll Bounce because of the simple reason that when I saw the movie, I was like, we don't skate like that in St. Louis. So being that I was already, I was done doing the video mixing for record companies. So I had equipment. And so I decided I'm gonna do a documentary on St. Louis and East St. Louis roller skating before these legendary skaters pass on. And that's what stirred that up. I finished that film in 2009. And here's something that I wanted to say about that film. I said something about it earlier, but I didn't tell you. The Rink, which is the title of the documentary, it was in a film festival, two film festivals in St. Louis, one in New York City, and it was turned down by 30 something film festivals across the world. And it was in 2017. It was played in the South African Film Festival 2 days in a row.
Oh.
Now, the trailer that you're going to play is the story about that is I got an email from these people who wanted to use 7 seconds of that trailer for a documentary that they was doing on what is dude's name? You know him because it's little, but the movie was a documentary on juke dancing. The guy's from Memphis. He's world renowned. You have to know who he is. It's little something. But this dude, he been in commercials. He's been across the world. He does juke dancing. So they wanted to use 7 seconds of that trailer that they saw that trailer and wanted to use 3 different parts of it. Like 2.3 seconds, 1.8 seconds, and another one, 3 point something seconds, a total of 7 seconds. And the film producers were from France. So that made me realize something that, I never thought, that if you got a camera, shoot some stuff and put it out there, because if somebody see it, it may be something they can use. So that's the Rink documentary. And so that's took me to another documentary that I ended up doing later.
Awesome. We're going to get into that one too. So right now, y'all, we about to get into the Rink trailer and tell them where they can go watch the full documentary.
Just go to my YouTube page, which is
GWiz60.
Yep. GWIZ 60. And just go through the channel, because I do a lot of interviews with different people. So it's in there. It's called The Rink.
Here it is, the Rink trailer right here on the Memphis Jokes Show. Exclusive.
We are known and created the art form of legging to the beat, like tap dancing, and being smooth on the floor, like you just gliding in there. That's what St. Louis is known for.
I've been skating in St. Louis for the last 40-something years. I've been skating ever since I've been 5 years old.
I'm proud to say that I know back when I was coming up, we brought skating to this city. Yep, we put St. Louis on the map, right?
When we originally opened the skating center in East St. Louis, that was 1970, Martin Luther King had just been assassinated several years prior to that. So the name of the skating center was the Martin Luther King Memorial Skating Center.
It was really a black thing, you know, everybody came together and it looked like, you know, where you came from. It didn't matter where you came from, how you looked or whatever, but when you came out to Stanbury, you became a skater.
People just like a family down the skating ring. You know them for 20 years, but you never see them outside the skating ring. But if you see them 10 years, 20 years online, I know you. Did you used to skate?
It ain't nobody in St. Louis, nobody that ain't somehow attached to somebody who skate or know a skater or have been skating. Nobody. True. Nobody. The key to any skating rink is three keys. You gotta have a location. You gotta have your skates, number two. And you got to have a DJ. Your skating requires somewhere to skate, your skates, and the disc jockey. If you lacking either of the three, you ain't doing nothing.
I can go around the rink, but crazy leg and skating backwards and really just flying around the rink without almost breaking my neck. Nah, I still probably would fall this day.
I had to climb out my second-story window because my mama told me I couldn't go skate. And I snuck down the side of the window with 2 sheets tied up and stole her car.
We didn't even have people get married on skates. Yeah. You know, married on skates, that had funerals on skates, man.
You know, like we used to play old jams like Double Dutch Bus, rock, skate, roll, bounce, you know, something moving and grooving. You know, I put the record on and the folks hit the floor and get to jam real fast. They're moving so fast that the lights, they had ball lights, and the lights got to moving in the ceiling. And, you know, when the balls get to move, you know it's wall crashing time.
Most folks don't want to get out and have the fun that skating really possess.
Skating is my life. If I lose anything, maybe can't skate no more. I like to go.
It's not just going around in circles, or it wasn't about just dressing up to show off your, clothes. It was just,
We had to match our socks and the shoes and the earrings and the belts and the bracelets and all that. And we get dressed up and family say, "Oh, where y'all going? Skating? Oh, wow, y'all just going around in circles. What you getting so dressed up for?"
So it's more than just skating.
It is.
It's more than just a hobby.
Yeah.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. It is a way of life.
I love it, man. I love it. The togetherness, the unity that I see that y'all have or had there or still have. It's just beautiful, man, to see people that look like us, man, getting along together and having a common hobby, a common thing that they like to do to have fun. Excuse me. You just, man.
Choked up.
I get all choked up, man. Oh man, where's my sad music? Oh man.
Can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Just how we used to be so together, and it was just so positive. Like you even mentioned like backstage that or we may have been live when you were saying, well, you used to have punch outs, fist fights, or maybe hop in that boxing ring or whatever. Mm-hmm. But people would live to see the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I see. That's what I see in that documentary. I see those times to where it wasn't about shooting people with Dracos and having this big gun and that big gun and who's drilling who and all this slide and stuff and all this. Like, I mean, you could see the beauty, like the girls, they were dressed up nice. You know, the guys, they even had on their good outfits, you know? And then like she said, she said something that really hit me, man. And that's what choked me up. When she said the grown folks used to be like, why y'all getting all dressed up just so y'all can go in circles?
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, it's more than that. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life. It's not about the dressing up. It's not about the going in circles. It's just this is us. This is who we are. Period. Man. When did I gotta ask you, is that still the culture there?
Good question. I really don't know. I haven't been skating since before the pandemic. I pretty much got into other things and kind of fell off, and you know, every now and then I might pop up, but it's really, really rare for me to go skate now. It's a different generation. Musically, you know, you gotta remember that I said it earlier, I never stepped out of my lane when it comes to music. My heart and soul is heart and soul. That's it. If it's not soulful in my terms of soul, I can't do anything with it. So music is the thing that got me into skating. Not skating. That wasn't what it was. It was music. I love music so much that I needed to know how to skate. I'm not a dancer. I'm a skater. So what drives people to one thing, is, for me, it's different. It's like, well, if I can't feel the music, if the music is not to my soul, then it's not for me to be one to complain about it. It's just not meant for me to be there. And that's how I look at it. Most people want to say, they dive in at DJs and say, DJ suck, the DJ this, the DJ that. Well, you can't always blame it. And I'm not saying all DJs are good either. I know better than that. But I do know that sometimes you can walk into a rink as a skater, and if your vibes are not right that day, you won't feel like skating anyway, but you will blame it on the DJ, saying the DJ sucks, instead of admitting yourself that you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you just had an off day and you think this person who don't know nothing about you or how your day went is getting ready to brighten your day. No, maybe you should have went home after work or whatever and sat down and drank some tea and read a book. You have a better chance of having a better night than expecting some DJ to brighten up and make everything all right. It doesn't work that way, and so with me, I just, I know when the vibe is right. I know my vibration, my body would tell me it's not for you. And that's kind of why I stopped skating. I come from that generation, and we skated off music that was 120, 130 beats per minute. We would leave the skating rink and we'd be soaked. Our clothes are soaked.
That's fast.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fast. Yeah.
That's fast. See, you from a different generation, and you think, oh my gosh, man. That's the car flying down the highway. That was us. That's the energy we had, and that's the type of music we had. You know, that up-tempo Barcades music, that Cameo, that Parliament up-tempo stuff, you know, the Planet Rocks and all that, you know, all that was energy music. So and they were long songs, 15 minutes long, aqua boogies, One Nation Under the Groove, all that. That stuff was Rappers Delight, 15 minutes. We skated the whole song, you know. So and we didn't trip off of how fast it was and how long it was, and if we was tired. No, our goal was to finish that song out, and then see what the next song gonna be. Because normally, if a song is that long, the next song is gonna be a slow song. So you gotta finish that song out without trying to be too soaked and wet. So when they play that slow song afterwards, you be dry enough where if you ask the female to skate with you, she won't look at you and you drenched. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be cool at the same time. You know, so that's what. So it was like fun. That was fun then. You know, and that's how it was.
Man, that seems like a time that I would love to have lived in St. Louis, man. We didn't, like in my area, skating wasn't, we didn't have that culture. I know that Memphis has like this skating rink that's really famous and popular, Crystal Palace. I've done a couple of shows there when I was, you know, a youngster, first getting my feet wet in the music business, like as a rapper. And the first time they booed me. No, I think they came prepared to boo me, like literally. I think because, so my promotional team went there the week before and they passed out posters and free CDs, you know, singles of me and stuff. I think they all went home. It's like, he gonna be here next week. Let's boo his ass. Literally. No, I had to keep going because it was on TV too. The television station was there. So what the television station did was they just took it back to the station and then they put they put the song. They just had the song playing, so you couldn't hear what the crowd. It looked like the crowd was like getting into it.
They was trying to get at you,
but they were throwing tomatoes. I said, "Fuck it, let's make it look good for TV."
Wow. Wow.
But you know, I bounced back. They pre-planned it because they didn't even give me a chance to even hit the stage good. Well, they announced my name.
They started booing you automatically.
I mean, give me a shot, bro. Yeah, come on. I can't suck that bad where I ain't even said nothing yet.
Jay Smooth.
Boo.
Wow.
But I redeemed myself though. I came back like, you know, maybe maybe a month or two later. You know, they wanted to book me again and stuff. They were like, you know, the kids were just, you know, they were with the stuff, you know, that night. So I came back and rocked it. You know what I'm saying? I came back and rocked it, man. And then one of the, and then I figured out too, because one of the young cats asked me, could he come on stage and, you know, say it and bust a rap, you know, with me. So I allowed him to do that, and I think that
was the thing you needed to do.
Yep.
That was the key right there.
There it is.
Got worse after that.
Yeah. But that's probably what they wanted from the beginning. You know, they probably wanted to interact. They might have wanted to be on stage. You know, it was kind of probably like a jealousy kind of thing. Like, who these guy think he is coming to our hood with these TV cameras and all this, and he ain't even letting us. He don't even know us like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But the second time, But anyway, I don't want to talk in circles. But
I want to say something on that. I think that was a bad move on management, though. See, a smart manager or owner of the skating rink should have let those people know what's getting ready to happen. It's going to be publicity for this skating rink. And if this works out well, we can continue and do this again. But they made it so bad, it's like nobody else wanted to come there and perform ever again. So, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
We
It's
got a
like,
caller, y'all. We got a caller.
Hook that Bluetooth up.
Yo, you're on the Memphis Joke Show. Who is this?
You got the Bluetooth hooked up?
Yes, hooked up. Hello? Can y'all hear us out there?
Your headphones in the room, man? Because you know how your phone get.
Let me make sure. The only thing it's showing that's connected is the Roadcaster. Yo, you're on the Memphis Joke Show. Who is this? Y'all, excuse us for a minute. Having some technical difficulties. Maybe I should just disconnect it and connect it again.
So I guess while you're trying to work that out, I guess what I will say is, though, I think, culture plays a lot into that. And I think, one of the reasons why documentaries like that are so great, because I think a lot of times there's a disconnect in passing down culture and how things were and how things went. And so I think it's imperative, right, to have.
So I think it's imperative, right, to have.
Turn the show down in the background.
Somebody's on here, aren't
Hello? Somebody's on
Yeah.
here. Hello?
Hi,
Hey.
you're on the Memphis
Hello?
Joke Show with DJ G
Hi.
Wiz. Who is this?
That's right, DJ G Wiz. It's Paula. How you doing?
What's up, Paula?
Yo, what's up, Paula?
Hey, I just wanted to call in to say big shout out to G Wiz because, he has been so incredibly supportive. And, I know he's supportive of my music, but honestly, he is really supportive of artists in general because he truly does love music. And when he talks about it, when somebody talks about something and you look at them and like when you're watching him now and he's just glowing, it's because it makes him feel good. And because he feels good, you feel good. So it's a feel good all around. But I just wanted to call really quickly to say thank you, G Wiz, for, of course, introducing me to so many amazing people, especially over this summer. And, all the best with everything. And, one thing, you said something earlier. You said, if you like something, you play it. If you don't like it, you don't. So, which is cool. I mean, everybody does their thing. But I wanted to find out from you, when you know that you like it, what is it about it what's the first thing that hits you? Or is it different every time? But what is that thing that you say, oh, yeah, I like that?
Hello, caller.
That's a good question.
Hi.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Within 30 seconds, if some part of my body don't say, let it play, I'm done.
Is there a specific part of your body that is the main thing? Is it like your ears twitch or your shoulders move or what?
No, either a finger, a hand can start tapping, a foot can start tapping, or I get goosebumps.
Wow.
It all depends on what, because I can listen to something and it can sound good. It can sound real good. And I can get into it. And then next thing I know, come the second verse or something, or near the end of the first verse, I hear cursing and everything shuts down on me. It's like, oh man.
Right.
Why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
So if I like it, if I was liking it rather, I would continue to see if they would continue that trend and add more words in it, more curse words. If they don't, then and I like the song, well, I'm gonna take it upon myself and my time and go ahead and edit out the one word. But if I like it and it's
but
a bunch of them, I'm like, I can't play this.
Yeah.
It's not my job.
That's
Hey
too much
Paula,
work right there.
can you
That's
turn
too
your
much work.
I'm sorry. Hey Paula, can you turn it down in the background? Because we're hearing the echo.
Yeah, I think I have it like really low, but I'll try to go lower. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Still?
Yep. Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you.
One other question. No, that's okay. I just had another question for you, G-Wiz. You were saying about, when somebody goes to the skating rink and they're looking for the DJ to make their day, or, and if for whatever reason it's not happening, they want to blame the DJ. And that's all about the mood. So my question to you is, like, for instance, if you were listening to something, do you kind of like, does it matter what mood you're in, or is that going to make a difference?
Well, for me, it doesn't make a difference, because when I decide to sit down and listen to something, I already set myself up for that mood. I'm expecting anything that I play, I'm hoping it's going to be something that I can play. I'm not putting it on expecting this gonna suck. I know it is. I'm looking for stuff that's going to sound good, because if the music is sounding good and I like it, it makes me sound good when I play it to the public. So I'm looking, I'm coming in the game, hyped up and anticipating greatness.
Right.
That's okay. So I don't start listening to this chunk of music I gotta listen to. I don't do it when I'm like tired or half sleep or hungry or whatever. No, I gotta I let it stack until I'm ready mentally to listen to it, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to these today, So now I don't make a disadvantage to an artist because of my mood.
Got it. Okay. No, that's cool, because you know what? I think that a lot of people don't think about that when they're going to listen to music. They just go in and, they don't really factor in whether they've had a good day or a bad day, and how that's going to make a decision, which if they were in a different mood, they might have had a different decision. So I really like that thought process, going into and giving the music a fair shot, Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah. So thank you for answering my questions. I'm taking over your show, Memphis.
You got to come on. You got to come on here, Paula. I know you had an event. Yeah, you had an event to go do, but we got to get you up on the stage up here.
Yeah. I remember I was mentioning probably in October, because I got like a lot to do right now, but I'm gonna get back on the calendar and put myself in. So, but anyways, I'm not going to take up all of your time, because I know it's not my show.
You're more than welcome here. Your family around here.
So I'm handing it over. I'm handing it back, and I'm going to go now back where I can actually watch it and listen. So thank you. And of course, G-Wiz, I just want to say, if somebody would have told me in January of this year that in June I would have connected with you and Lady Jock and Memphis and your co-host and so many other people that I am now connected with, I would have never thought that would have happened. So, and that really just started with St. Louis. So I just want to say a big thank you.
You're welcome.
And have a great night.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling in.
Okay. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
I'm going back and listen. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
That was Miss Paula Latang. She's going to be a guest coming up here soon when the schedules allow. She has a really great song. DJ, play that song again. It's out on all platforms. Y'all could go stream it. Man. So you just I don't know how I'll let you slip this right by me, G-Wiz. You gonna say this was after I started my label. What? You had a record label?
Hey.
And who was on it? Who did you have signed on it? And what kind of music was y'all releasing?
I didn't let it slip by. If Ali can do the phantom punch, I can say what I want to say. Right? Oh, you got that one, huh? That's
yes.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all catching up now because y'all was like tomato paste. Okay, if you're out there listening, we just having fun.
We having a good time tonight.
This is what we need to do more often. Just laugh and have fun. Stuff is too serious out here.
Exactly.
So
we gotta go ahead. I'm sorry, G.
No, I was just gonna say I'm just taking advantage of the funness, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I want you to answer that question though, because I gotta know that. And then because I've dedicated like half my life to having a label and being a rapper and producing and the whole nine. So I just want to shout out some of the people in the comments. We got Mecca in the building. He said there.
Yeah, I saw that.
We got Yvonne Gordon. Shout out to Yvonne in the building. She said, yes, it's still the culture.
She's a real skater. She knows all about that.
We got, I don't know why sometimes it just says Facebook user. I don't know why. But I need to change my name to that though on Facebook though.
I'm gonna change mine to Facebook owner.
Then people gonna be inboxing you, asking you for money all the time.
That's okay. I ain't gotta respond to nothing.
They said true. We got Mad Urgency Myron in the building. This is my homie. He was on the show too. Mad Urgency Myron, shout out, bro. He said rites of passage.
What's up, man? What's up?
We got Tyrone Patrick Cuz. What's up, man? What's up, Cuz, man? He said, what's going on, Cuz? Jelks, man, just cool. And you know how we do it, man. We're building a platform, you know, and we're, you know, working on a new album and, you know, all that good stuff. New videos, all that good stuff. We got Frank Woodard in the building. He said, G Wez is a St. Louis, Missouri icon. His stamp on our city is unmatched. I already know.
A stamp with no glue on the back. Big Frank.
Salute, Big Frank Woodard. We got Orlando T. Hips Sr. He said, G Wiz is very legendary.
Legendary.
Lando.
I'm starting to think we got a legend on this show. Oh,
you know, he started out by saying one of. Them comments don't say one of.
They sure don't. Mad Urgency Myron said, peace.
Man.
We got Tyrone Patrick Cuz. He said, I'm so proud of you. Man, thanks, Cuz. Man, I'm proud of you too, Cuz. Let's get it. I love you, Cuz, man. Thank you, bro, for tuning in, man. So, man, yeah, Facebook user, they said, hey, Lady Jock.
Lady Jock.
Okay, that's Lady Jock.
One of my DJ partners.
T-Love, what up, T-Love? T-Love said, what up, crazy? T-Love, no, we used to have a ball, but we used to party with. Like it's 1999.
It's a difference between partying in 1999 to 1979.
Which one was better? Because in 1979, I think I was like floating in mom's stomach.
79. I'm literally say 79.
Wow.
And I'm talking only for me. For me, I was 19 at the time. So 1979, all of the different types of music that was out, soul, R&B, disco, pop. It was so many styles of music. Hip hop just came out. It was the DJ had a lot to choose from. 1999, but it was like, okay, yeah, you can associate that with Prince and the song, but the music of 1999 was so different than the music of 79, because 79 had live drummers and live musicians. By the late 90s, everybody was programming music. So it was different. It's a different feel. I'm not saying that overall it was better. I'm talking about for me. When I speak, I'm only talking about my perspective, not everybody else's, because everybody's got their own thing and how they lived and what was. But for me in 1979, because I lived in 79 and 99 and also 89. So 79 for me was a better musical party time period.
I will say I will agree with you. I really probably enjoy more of the live music element. That could be because I'm a musician, but I really enjoy the live music element. It gives a different feel to the music.
Yes.
It makes you feel the music.
Feel it.
I mean, feel it.
Feel it.
Even seeing shows live with a live band, it makes you feel the music differently. And I just think that music what's crazy? It's crazy how music can move you, how music can shift you, how music can change. Sometimes how it can change your whole day, how it can change your whole mood. And so sometimes you have to be careful the type of music you listen to. I've been, listening to some real serious Memphis rap music, man, and I look up and I'm going 105 on the highway because, it's just that good. The flow is just that good. But I do agree with you, man. Sometimes that live music, man, it just feels a lot of different. And I also like a lot of acoustic songs because I'm a person, when I listen to music, I listen to the tones that the singer is using. I listen to the tones of the music. I listen to the tones of the guitars, the strings, and I allow those tones to resonate with me and to make music to me. And it just makes a difference when you hear a person. You strip all of the stuff out, and you just got a guitar and singing. It's different, and it gives a different feel. And that, to me, that's where you can find the difference between the people who love music and the people who are performers.
Exactly. That's the difference between music and soul music.
Yeah.
That's what I say. That's what I was saying when Paula asked that question. If I get goosebumps, that's because it got my soul. That I have no control. You have no control over making goosebumps come. You can't say, all right, a pair of bumps. You can't do that.
It's a connection.
Exactly. Exactly.
I got a quick story I want to tell y'all since we're talking about live music versus programmed music. I had programmed this song, and then I was doing a show with Al Capone. Shout out to Al Capone. And he sent me a text, and he was like, "Man, send me that song, and then I'm gonna have my band learn it. That way, because the band is gonna play live while we perform." So I sent them the song, and then I got to the performance that night, and then when it was my time to go on, the band started playing my song, and I was just like, "This is my song." This sound way better than my song. Literally. I mean, I literally was just like blown away. And I went ahead and did my verses and stuff and did the song. And, but as soon as I got off stage, I was like, Al, how much do you think they'll charge me to come to the studio and play that instead of what I got, Because that was, it's just like y'all said, it's night and day. It was brilliant what they did to that song.
It's
Yeah,
it,
sometimes it's the connectivity, the creativity that's there that changes things, even in the element. Well, I mean, you're a performer, but like sometimes when you get on stage and the crowd is moving a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
man, it can almost shift the way you will play a song. Depending on if it's pre-programmed, if it's a show, if it's scripted, that's different. But like sometimes when you get in places, man, you can feel the energy in the room, man, and it elevates the playing level and it elevates the creativity. And I would almost say that also does it for the artist who's performing or who's singing or who's rapping. That sometimes the feeling and the vibes that come from the music, man, it can carry you to another level.
interesting you say that because I connected with a guitarist who played, who still do play for the Emotions. He's in the band called Midnight Sun out of Chicago, and I'm going to recreate. I'm gonna say not redo, remix, recreate the first her first rap song that I released on my label, but I'm doing it with a band, and I'm doing it two separate ways. I'm doing it a jazz version and I'm doing the funk version, but with a band.
Yeah.
I just want a different sound.
It's go-
Because just because. I can, because I can.
Well, you gotta let us hear it, man. Bring it on here and debut it to Memphis. And I don't know if you know, O is in Chicago, so we're reaching Memphis and Chicago.
Oh, we was just there this past weekend, actually watching the Midnight Sun band. They did a tribute to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, okay.
And sounded just like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm not exaggerating.
But you still ain't told me what kind of. I guess you just kind of gave us a hint on what kind of music that you would drop, because you say you're about to do a remix. So you was dropping hip hop on your label.
Yeah, the hip hop label. I started in mid 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And first released the song. My first artist was Early D, rest in peace. And we did a song called Culture Shock, and which was the anti-drug type song, and it was pretty decent in St. Louis. Some DJs still today play it, and the thing was, from that I had, because I was the producer. It was two production companies or fields that I just was so into with hip hop, and that was Marley Marl's production, and the other one was the Bomb Squad. So me and Chuck being the same, Chuck D of Public Enemy being the same age, I understood everything that Public Enemy was doing, because Flav, Hank, all them, we all the same age, Griff. So the music that they were sampling in their songs, even though it may have been 40 samples in each song, it's like I knew most of those songs. So when I would play them, people would ask me, how did I know? I grew up on this,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that when I first heard the first 6 seconds of I got a letter from the governor the other day, I knew what that song was, because that album Hot Butter Soul was played in my household every day, all day long for months. I knew that song backwards, forwards, sideways. When I first heard, I'm like, I went over and I pulled that album out, and I played it for a couple of people who was sitting there at the time, because I knew about where that part started. I knew it was past the singing part, so I let it play. And then when it came up and I called it and brought it back and played it again, it was like, that's the song. I'm like, I grew up on this. So they gave me that whole thing of, okay, grab a bunch of stuff that you grew up on and make it fit. Throw in samples, everything. I was so, I had a crew called BPI, Black Power in Effect, because I was on that Black Power movement thing, in music. And so that was my first act. I had another group, another guy by the name of D Rebel, who rest in peace, who was like at the time 16. He was like a little Prince. Dude can dance like James Brown and Prince put together. And he had lyrics out of this world where like you would think Big Daddy Kane was rapping.
Wow.
He was 17. He started when he was like 14, so his vocabulary and articulation was so high, it was tripping me out. He was already on a label. He had his own label when he was 15. And him and his DJ is Charlie Chan, who was the DJ for Run DMC. So they put out the first rap record in St. Louis, and he's the one that introduced me to the backers, executive producers of his first record, and they made a deal with me, and then that's what created my record company, and then they signed him over to my record company. He was on my label, and then I got these two girls I had by the name of Double Def on my label, and this other guy who was in a crew by the name of Ram Love, who goes by the name of Ram Rilla. Those were my core people on my label. I produced for some other people outside of my label, but that was the core. And I had my label from 1988 to like 1995, 94, early 95 or late 94, somewhere in there. And then I stopped. And it was all hip hop. I did just hip hop stuff.
And you would be producing it.
I would be the producer. Yeah.
Nice.
The first one I was with Early D, the first artist, I was the DJ and he was the MC.
Mm.
And then he went to somebody started a label and he wanted to go, and I let him out the contract to go. And so that was the only time I got to be. Other than that, I wouldn't know anybody else's DJ after that. In other words, I was just doing production from that point.
You're going to get rid of one word for me though. When you talk about being a producer, you keep using the word "was." Man, once you're a producer, once you're a producer, you're always a producer.
Well, in the sense of on records, let me put it like that. My production status is every time I get on the turntables, I'm producing because I'm mixing. I tell people that, okay, if you're doing these mixes and you taking acapellas and you switching this up and it don't sound like the original record, that makes you a producer. That's why I don't use the term DJ in my name anymore.
I noticed that.
Because it's too many people saying that they're DJs and they're not. Okay, if that's what y'all want to call what you're doing, you can have that title. I am not a DJ. I am G Wiz. That's it. I do more than play music. I produce music. I do films. I edit films. I do construction. I'm more than
That's what I'm talking about.
I could change all. I'm not just a DJ.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I wear a lot of hats too. and I feel that's where I feel where you're coming from. Like when I first got into the music, I kind of, I started off playing trumpet in band, and then I marched with my high school marching band, for a few years, and we used to kick everybody's ass. Won all kind of trophies and stuff. I mean, our last year we won first place at every competition, except for the last one, which was state. But then that's a whole nother that we got to get on. We got to get into that on the next episode, on the next part two of G Wiz episode. But anyway,
I ain't up getting to part two. What I do?
Oh wow! Somebody said they played. Tamika said she played clarinet and saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was like, that's awesome too, Tamika. I guess the point that I was trying to make was that ended up with me, like once I fell in love with hip hop, converting that knowledge of musical talent or skill, or not, like being able to read scales and stuff. I know how to read sheet music and stuff. So like when I would hear hip hop, that was like simple to me. I could easily just convert that over to like a keyboard, and then my brother played drums in the marching band too. So I'll tell him, man, come add some drums to it, because I mean we're professionally trained musicians at this point. So then I fell in love with hip hop, start writing raps and stuff, but never did I think that would lead to me learning how to be a videographer, learning how to edit videos, learning how to become a photographer, learning how to, be just be a cameraman, all of it. Like you were just saying, you're more than just, at some point you become more than like maybe what you first set out to be. You might have set out to be a DJ, but it's just like, one trade leads to another trade, to another trade, to another trade. And you start noticing that, dang, like it's crazy. Now I got like 10 trades just by starting with one. I just find that fascinating that if a person can be good at one thing, they can be good at 10 or 15 or 12 things. I mean, or 20 things, or more.
You know what my motto was or is? I said I'd rather. I used to say this years ago. I said I'd rather be a jack of all trades than a master of one.
That's real.
Because I mean, that's the difference between being the doctor, the specialist doctor that can only do brain surgery, but he can't even change his own tire. And my thing is, no, I want to be able to change the oil, the tire, paint the walls, change the doorknob, lock, cut grass, trim its edges. I'd rather be able to do all of that. I don't have to be the best. I don't have to be a certified expert. I just need to know how to do it good enough where I'm satisfied. And if I'm doing it for somebody, they are satisfied also. That's it. That's good enough for me. Because you got to look at the brain surgeon have to pay everybody to do all of them things.
Exactly.
But the jack can do it himself or herself and can take that same thing and go out and make money with that knowledge. That's the difference.
Yep. I was gonna go somewhere with that. God, I hope I hope it don't slip my mind because it was good. Oh yeah. So like sometimes my wife is like, she'll say like, somebody's smart, and then I try to I'll tell her, I'll say, or we'll have a back and forth. I'll say, well, smart is subjective. And she'll be like, what do you mean? You know, she'll say a person's smart. I'm like, I wouldn't want my doctor to be my lawyer in court. You know what I'm saying? Now, is he smart? Yeah. But you can be smart in, you know, certain, you know, fields. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you're so smart is subjective. Though to me, the word smart is subjective. You can be smart as heck at being a lawyer, but you know what I'm saying? You know, just be street dumb or something, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you tell me what streets to walk down.
Right, yeah, just because you're smart. Yeah.
No, go down that way and make a left. Well, you come and go with me. No, I gotta go do this. I got a patient waiting on me. You're not even gonna go.
Yes, I just think we use certain words and we don't think about it, but we use certain words lightly. Like we use certain terms lightly. Like that person's smart. Yeah, but yeah, he might be smart at being a heart surgeon, but I wouldn't want him to, you know, like if I broke my leg or something, I want another person to fix that, not him. He might go too far. It's just a broke leg. It ain't rocket science.
Right.
He might not even know what to do.
Do you want you want the heart surgeon or you want the carpenter? I mean, that's the thing. It's like, well, the carpenter can tie knots. He can get 2 pieces of the wood and he can at least put your leg where it don't move and get you to the hospital.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
he
make that
also
splint for you.
He also might be able to build a box for them to put you in.
Exactly.
Cheap.
For the Lolo.
Yeah.
Man, I want to show your website to everybody, man, who out there watching, man. This is G Wiz website. It's the original GWiz.com. And it's the original GWiz.com. GWIZ, not GEE. It's the original GWIZ.com. And you can just kind of walk us through the website a little bit, G Wiz. We got the time traveler.
Yeah.
The God pops of hip hop. I'm
He just put you on the spot. I know. He just put you on the spot.
That's okay. I won't stand on it long.
You are the God pops of hip hop, man. Especially like in St. Louis, and you got stories about being in New York. You got stories about. Have you been around the world, Wiz, or how does this work?
I can say I've been to the corners of the U.S. Seattle, L.A., New York, Florida.
Wow.
So I've been to all the corners. You know, few spots in between, you know, the Dallases and Tulsas and, you know, KC's. But no, I have never been out of this country. And why? I just don't really know why. Probably because it doesn't. I only do things because if I can see it's going to benefit me, if I'm going there for a reason, I go. But I don't just like to just go any place because somebody said it's this and it's that. I got to have a purpose to make my move. That's the way I've always been. I'm not a free flyer, you know. I just don't go just to go. You know, I don't want to go you got to see the sunset. Okay, I can see that in the morning. It doesn't make a difference if it's buildings in the way or if it's on just plain water. Okay, well, I'm not that kind of person, you know, because I'm always doing something. Because if I go on a vacation, I'm trying to find something to do.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's me. I can't. It's like you need to go and relax. I can't. I got too much to do. Well, that's why you need to relax. No, that's why I'm still here. Because I gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
That's just me and how me and my body moves. You know, I'm not a just, let's sit down, let's relax, let's chill. Nah. That's why I fell asleep in places like Luke's Club and watching Wu-Tang perform, because it's like I'm just sitting there watching 50 people on stage with mics and they all hollering, and then I don't know what's going on because I can't hear nobody,
It's some Wu-Tang fans out there.
I know.
Who are upset with you because you went to sleep during they set.
No. This is when see, that's the thing. When Wu-Tang first came out, with Protect Your Neck. Okay. Now, RZA calls me and leave a message on I wish I still had the tape. But they sent me that 12-inch and I started playing it. Within the first 5 seconds, I was like, I know I'm gonna like this. Because in the very beginning, you hear Kung Fu fighting. I'm like, oh, this gonna be good. Then the beat kicks in, because I'm a Kung Fu fanatic. So when it kicks in and I'm listening, I'm hearing all these different people switching up with these names, old dirty. It's like it was like listening and watching a movie at the same time when I heard it. So they sent me the CD, and I went around St. Louis playing the CD for people. That's how much I was like, yeah, I gotta hear this. These dudes. But wow. I was letting, people that I knew that I was cool with that had an open mind on hip hop, and who actually like Kung Fu also, So it was kind of like that. So one of the reps from New York was like, they performing at the Fever, and I was like, okay, I'll come up there. She's like, yeah, you come up here. We go to the show and does this and that. I got up there, went there, Funkmaster Flex DJing. Anyway, so that one helping me stay woke.
Part 2, you gotta save that one for part 2.
But you got see, one thing people don't realize is that, and I'm not just saying this to be saying this, but St. Louis got some of the best DJs in this entire country. No lie. That is no lie. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not stressing the point on that. That's a fact. That's a fact. We don't play. We so competitive in this city when it comes to DJing. You gotta be good. Yeah, that's a fact. Now, they finally get on. I don't know. It's 1:00 in the morning. And I'm seeing all these people up on, and it's like, holy mackerel. I mean, the Fever is packed. And I'm sitting up there and I can't remember one song they did. I cannot. I cannot remember when they left the stage. Because when I opened my eyes, the lady from the rep from RCA was like, they get ready to go.
And they had to wake you up.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing. This really makes it like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. Nothing. But it was so unorganized to me. It was like chaotic to my brain, which was overload. It's like, this is crazy. I mean, the DJ ain't really doing nothing, and then they finally come on, and like I said, it's 30 people. I don't know how many it was, half of Staten Island. I don't know, but all of them had mics at the same time. It seemed like, and this was like I said, they at the time, that's when Protect Your Neck was out. So you know how long ago that was, like 92, 93. That was early in the. So you know everybody in the crew is trying to be that main person. So you know egos are flying at night with mics in their hands. So nobody's
it's like kung fu for real. It's kung fu for real.
So it was like, you know, I think about it and I laugh, I chuckle, but even though I know that there was a key moment in hip hop for me, you know, because to this day, I think Wu-Tang is like probably my second or third favorite hip hop group ever. Of course, after number one is Public Enemy. Bottom line.
Chuck, we got to get you on the show, Chuck.
Always, you know. I mean, because they was the ones that got me into wanting to do production like them. Because it's like, man, they got so many things going on. And I'm like, I'm gonna do some Bomb Squad type stuff. And I did a song that was, in my mind, compatible to Bomb Squad equivalency. You know, I got like, I don't know, I was working them channels and I got stuff from Lassie barking to beepers going off to everything. Just
wow.
Yeah. And it's an anti-drug song. You know, so it was influenced by Public Enemy. That's why, you know, my thing with them is because it's like I said, we the same age and we kind of grew up in the same era, but different areas of the US. You know,
then y'all ended up like, you know, meeting and you know, which is crazy.
Yeah, because I met Chuck in 89.
Wow.
And ever since then, we've been cool. I mean, he hired me to do a video remix to a song, not a remix, a video mix to a song they didn't have a video for.
Wow.
Because I gave him my second video mix that I did. And this was like in 98, 99 when I gave it to him. And a couple of years after that, he had called and wanted me to do a remix for the song Here I Go that didn't have a video. So he made sure, because I had a lot of Public Enemy videos because I had video shows. And what I didn't have, he had sent to me. And so what I did is, how I did it was, I went through I said, give me a lyric sheet. He gave me a lyric sheet. And so what I did was went through their videos and found parts of their video collection and pulled pieces where it looked like his mouth was moving, or he was saying similar to what the lyrics was on that Here I Go song.
Genius.
And pieced them in, you know, cut them in along with things that they were saying, and took other pieces and did my video mix thing with it, you know. So and he was trying to get Universal to sign off on it. And so I ended up having to do a re-edit of it because I had to take some stuff out of it. You know, some clips I had of the Beatles. And I think I had the Three Stooges in there or some of the stuff I had to take out. So I redid it and then did it again. And then, but Universal wasn't interested no more by that time. So, but I still have the video, the remixes.
Nice.
So
Universal was being cheap. They didn't want to spend no money. They could have cleared those samples for the Beatles and all that. They could have cleared that.
Yeah, they could have, but
Yeah,
you know how it is.
they was being cheap wise.
And you know what's really crazy? You made me think of something. Speaking of video mixes, do you know that me and my partner DJ Cut, we got hired by Sony to do a video mix for 3-6 Mafia.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. They wanted us to do, and check this out. They had us send me all the videos. See, DJ Cut did the audio. That's normally how I do it. I have a DJ that does the audio mix. I take the audio mix and then I put the images on top of what's going on audio wise.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sent me all the my 3-6 Mafia videos, and I'm being honest. I'm being honest. So don't blow your horn on me. Don't hang up. Don't cut me off. But I wasn't that familiar with 3-6 Mafia. Only the name.
Okay, interview over. We'll talk.
I was about to say we about to start doing now.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. I tell people this because I'm not ashamed of not knowing things. I'd rather for you to know I didn't know something than to think that I know something. I wasn't listening to 3-6 Mafia. It was not my type of music. Y'all, I tell people, not y'all, but I thought I was talking to people that I be talking to, because I always say y'all, meaning y'all younger people fail to realize I'm 10, 15 years older than you are. My musical language is totally different from yours. So what they're saying and talking about is not for me. That's it. It's just not for me. I don't say I don't like it. It sucks and it's just not music for me. I'm 63 years old. You know, when that stuff came out, I was in my 50s. So why would I be listening to that? I'm not on that level. My mindset is not there, you know? So no, I wasn't familiar with, I knew who they were of course, but I didn't know their music except one song because it was catchy. And that was the Pop in My Collar song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the only part of the song I knew though. Because I thought, I just thought it was funny. I thought it was like sneaky because it snuck up on me because I heard it in somebody's car one day driving by. I was like, Pop in My Collar. What? Oh, that's cool. That's it's pretty mellow. It's like, boom. I don't know nothing else, no more of the words. But Sony had hired us to do this video mix for in-house because it was right immediately after they won a Grammy for their song. So Sony wanted a video mix done to give to all the employees for Sony so they'll know who 3-6 Mafia was. So I wasn't the only one. Now, did that clear it up?
Yep, it does.
See, yeah. That's a fact.
They those guys, man, they came a long way. They used to grind it out like back when tapes were popping. Like they used to release tapes that only we had. Like we were upset when y'all found out about them. We were like, they was our best kept secret. Yeah.
Dang, why they got to go? Oh man, now they national. They finna move and we ain't gonna get no more tapes. You know, they too big for us now.
You know how that is. Like sometimes you be wanting to keep your local artists. You don't even want to share them with nobody. It's like sharing some candy or something. You don't. You want the whole bag to yourself.
Right, we want to keep that.
Yeah, that's how they were. Like, yeah, when we all found out about them, we was like, dang. Now the whole world finna be eating our candy. Yo, gee whiz, man. We looking at we got to do a part 2, and this is why we have to do part 2s, is because I feel like there's so much more here, like so much more to talk about. It's so many more lanes that we can go through and go down and stuff, because we still haven't played the documentary, your hip hop documentary, the St. Louis culture, hip hop culture documentary. And then it's getting kind of late, so I want to kind of like just kind of walk down through through some of the things that's online that the viewers can go check out, man. Like I said, we starting out with the original gwiz.com. If you go scroll through here, you'll be able to find like upcoming sets, traveling at the speed of light. It's traveling at the speed of sound. Check out the photo gallery, man. When I saw this, man, I'm like, shoot, man, who G Wiz don't know, man.
Exactly.
You got G Wiz on here. He was on here with Snoop Dogg, G Wiz, and Smokey Robinson. Let's see, how can I slide? Okay, I need to slide the bar. We got G Wiz with TLC. Man, I would pay $1 million to be you in that picture right now.
Well, you got pull the picture. They got Photoshop. Pull me out, man.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to Photoshop myself in there, man, like, with left eye and chili.
What they say? Take me out, coach. Take me out.
And see, I gotta ask you like the stories behind some of these pictures. Like, how the hell are you just somewhere and then you just bumping the left eye and chili? Like what? Who does that?
Oh man.
I think we need to know the story behind all of them. Like,
man,
that's you and Pam Greer. Wow, you and come on, man. Bernadette Stannis. I guess I pronounced her last name right, but that's Thelma from Good Times, man. And dude, I be watching Good Times sometime. I don't see how y'all were able to watch that show and not be trying to fly wherever they are and find Thelma. Walona do, but that Thelma, man, I don't know how y'all did it, man. I don't know how y'all did it, G Wiz. Whoa, that Thelma.
Yeah, you about to have a flag on the plate. You keep going now.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Back. What were we saying? Okay. Oh yeah.
Can't even remember what
you gonna make me watch Good Times when I get off here.
He gonna be in his sleeve going, Thelma.
He better not be doing that.
Man. Might not wake up tomorrow. Yeah. Oh man, we got G Wiz and Chuck D. My mentor and big bro. G Wiz and Chuck D again on this joint. Y'all was young. Y'all was super young on that joint.
89. Yeah.
Wow. That's when everybody was rocking those what you got on the medallions too.
I used to make them.
You did?
Yeah, I made that one.
Wow, man, that's fly.
Me and my partner used to make them and sell them. Different designs.
You remember it was like remember like I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, the movie came out and everybody was against wearing jewelry. And then that's when those started popping. Like the medallions and stuff. Because it was like anti-gold and like anti-jewelry.
That was before that.
It was before.
Yeah, because see, up in like East Coast was already rocking medallions,
Mm-hmm.
leather medallions, and that's my partner that I was making them with. Um, his cousin, who's a good friend of mine, connected us together, and since he makes jewelry, we started making them things and selling them. You know, and that was like I said, that was back in God, 87. We
Wow.
was making them, and
That was a good year.
he shoot, that dude, he was so good. He ended up years later, and he still do to this day. He makes jewelry lives in Atlanta, makes gold and platinum and diamond jewelry for artists and celebrities.
That is awesome, man. Yeah, I thought when the medallions came out, I thought they were kind of like an anti-gold. I thought they were like,
They
they were like protesting against brothers
they
wearing jewelry, and like, I guess people were like getting their jewelry stolen and fighting over jewelry and all that kind of stuff.
I think I think it was part of the whole black movement that was
Mm-hmm.
going on, because at that particular time, hip hop had its own culture genre of um, anti pro black music. You know what I'm saying? The Poor Righteous Teachers, King Son, YZ, Chuck D, Public Enemy. So many. It was a lot of them. KRS One. So it was on that level. So it wasn't about the showing off the jewelry, because that was like the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The MC Shaz and Cool J and all them. Okay, it's like, no, we taking it back to basics. And that's why the clothing changed, and the jewelry was changing from, going to leather
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
emblems, and the African look,
Yep.
the culture, and people, the colors even that was being worn. And that's why some of the people that went from high school, not even thinking about anything after high school, started going straight to college. Everything was about knowledge and education, and getting to another level, mentally, spiritually, culturally. So it was a lot of black pride going on, and people, the brand Nubians and everybody, they were help uplifting that. But the industry who saw that was was like, this is too much. This is too much. College enrollment for blacks is starting to, skyrocket. It's like, wait. They're getting too smart. Let's cut this out. And that's when all them artists like that was getting dropped off their labels, and the street rappers were getting signed. The image switched on us overnight. So you started hearing more gangster rap. You started hearing more hardcore stuff. The dynamics changed, and those pro-black cultural artists were getting dropped. And then once that kicked in, that next level became what you call in like 96, 97, 98, the bling era.
Yep. Yep.
So they just switched that.
Yep.
It went right back to
back to it.
Yeah.
After we had fought so hard to get rid of that.
Yeah. Too black, too strong. And
Man.
I mean, you have to. The thing is, a lot of people didn't even realize that was happening. But like I say, me being older, watched this stuff, and because of who I am and how I am, you know, I was always not for certain things because it didn't fit me. It's not like anything happened. It was just by choice. I used my choices. It's like, why do you drink? No, why not? Because I don't want to. You know, you smoke? No, why not? I don't want to. Why don't you want to? Because, like I said, I don't want to. Give me a reason why I should. You can't come up with nothing that satisfies me. That brings us back to square one. Because, like I said, I don't want to. So, what other people do is their prerogatives. But what I do is my prerogative. So, we're on the same playing field. You play your game your way, I'm gonna play my game my way. So I've always been, you know, I might be really into, well, I won't say now. I'm not nearly as deep as in hip hop, not even close than how I used to be. But my roots are still there. So long as my roots are in the ground, yeah, nobody can say nothing bad about hip hop as a genre to me because I'm a defend it because it helped make me who I am. I learned so much listening to the Public Enemies and Poor Righteous Teachers and Brand Nubians and all of them stuff that they didn't teach us in school. You know, so it's like, nah, can't say nothing bad about that to me. That's, you know.
Yeah, it seems like you've had, like, I just looking at these pictures, man. You've had like a, you know, hip hop has treated you well. You know, like you've met the who's who, and the
man,
you know, gotten a chance to, you know, like really like the culture. Like you played a major role, you know, like in the culture, especially in St. Louis. St. Louis should be like bigging you up like every single day, like, you know what I mean, like shit. Judging from these, like just judging from just talking to you and knowing you as a person, like shit, you should have a statue in St. Louis, bro, for real, like a hip hop statue in St. Louis, bro, for real.
You see that right there? Right there. Stop right there. Let's see. That, who is that? That row. Can you see that?
Oh, snap.
That?
That's signed by all of Death Row.
No, just Snoop.
Oh man, that is crazy.
There's a story behind that.
See, that's why. See, that's why we got.
There's a story behind this.
Whoa!
And the only one that didn't sign that, this one is Tretch because he wasn't with him.
Oh snap!
So now this one was given to me by Chuck D. No,
that is fire.
Supporting them. And then I finally got one because I was always supporting them too. Finally got, this is my only gold when I got KS1.
Oh, come on, man. BDP. I grew up to BDP, man.
Man, who you telling?
Man, BDP, they made me start loving music. Yeah. My philosophy. That's what got me. That's what got me. That's what made, like, those kind of artists, Kwame.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of artists that made me want to be a rapper. Kid and Play.
Wow.
You know,
and that's what I'm saying. Their music, the thing about hip hop then, it was so if you got something and it had one word in it back then, you'd be shocked. Whoa.
Yeah, you'd be like,
You know what I'm
whoa.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Because when I first heard in the Easy E, my first thought was, who allowed him to say that? I thought he had to get permission. Yeah, I thought he had to get permission from somebody to say that. I mean, literally, I had no idea.
Did Dolomite get permission? No.
No, I didn't know him at the time. No, he was before my time. But this Easy stuff was happening in my time. I didn't think they were. I thought they might have had to. I thought they might go to jail. If the wrong person hear that. Yo, but with G Wiz, man, we got to do a part 2, man. We got to get ready to wrap it up, man. We can just keep going on and on because I got so many more questions. I got so many more. I know I want to hear more stories, man, behind just your whole, like, your career, man. I want to watch the documentary, put people up on the hip hop documentary. Man. If y'all can go to YouTube right now, since we didn't get a chance to play that one, go to G Wiz Background Check Radio Tales with B Money. And that's the documentary. It's on YouTube.
That's a piece. That's a clip.
Okay, that's the clip right there.
Yeah, the trailer is up there. Background Check. That's separate from that. But the film itself is not up there yet because I'm not done with it.
Okay, so
because it's going to be a series.
Okay. And I definitely want to get into that, man. So we got to set up a part 2. Not no long time from now either, man. But I'll be in touch, man, and we got to do a part 2 because this is too much. It's too much wealth. It's too much knowledge and too much wealth of knowledge on here for us not to, mine it out of you.
I gotta tell you this though, real quick.
Okay.
There's a music festival in St. Louis, September 9th and 10th, called Music at the Intersection. Okay. It's a 2-day festival with 2 stages, a big top stage, and a DJ village. Now, some of the people that's performing there, those 2 days, Angela Winbush, Arrested Development, Smino, Pharoah Monchi and Kenyon Harold, Herbie Hancock, Thundercat, Taj Mahal, Black Spade, Cameo, Snarky Puppy, and you got
nice.
Grandmaster Flash is coming. Some of the St. Louis DJs, Biko, Alexis Tucci, DJ Nico, She Beats, man, Agile One, who was that? Lady Jock, who was on here earlier. She's DJing. DJ Cut, Sir Thorough, Charlie Chan. Well, Charlie Chan had to come out at the last minute, but it's going to be a full 2-day festival, full music festival from 12 noon to night. And it's going to be, and I'm doing the curating for the 50 years of St. Louis hip hop.
Dope.
So
nice.
That's, I had to get that in there. So, in case y'all want to drive down.
I thought that was an official invite for me to come rock that joint.
Man,
I was gonna say, Memphis Jelks gonna be on that joint. I'm there.
Yeah, you got a St. Louis hospital birth certificate.
Sure, I got Google.
In Photoshop.
Yeah, in Photoshop. Let me borrow yours for a minute.
They're like, dang, dude, you don't look 63, man. What you doing, man?
No, I just need to scan it into the computer and Photoshop it. I'll give it back to you. I'm just gonna Photoshop me one, and I'll just change up everything on it.
Oh, it might could work because my daddy was born in Tennessee.
Wow. Oh man,
it's Covington or something.
Okay, yeah, that's right up the road from us. Then that's like, yeah, it's right up the road. Man, gee whiz, man, we can stay on here all night, bro, man. But I know, me and we got to get up early in the morning and hit the jobs. And
oh yeah,
it's Labor Day weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. What y'all got planned, man? What y'all got planned for this holiday weekend?
Man, I'm gigging. So
nice,
gigging, and then next week gigging for the festival, and
nice.
Then after that week, I got a break, and then the 22nd of September, I'm doing the Prince versus Michael Jackson skate thing.
Whoa, that's gonna record that. You need to put that put some footage of that up on the tube.
I will. Yeah,
man. Yeah, because me and my wife was just talking about that last night. We was talking about verses, and I said, you know what? I said if we would have been able to get a Prince versus Michael Jackson versus, the internet would have literally broke. I mean, literally, you couldn't even get in online. Like, it'll be sold out online. You can't even log in that day.
When they shut you down, won't they shut you down for that?
For what?
Licensing?
No, I mean, like if they were alive.
Oh.
I mean, like if they were still alive, and you remember they were doing them versus battles
you
during the pandemic.
I don't think they would do that because they probably go in there and start fighting.
Yo, Quincy Jones, I read Quincy Jones's book, and he said that, he said one time he was trying to get them to make a song together. And,
right. Yeah.
He's like, they both came to his neighborhood, but they both just kept circling through the neighborhood. Neither one of them wanted to get out the car first.
That's how competitive they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can,
and they kept calling him, asking, is he there? Yeah. Like first Prince will call him, and then he'd be like, is he there yet? And then he'd be like, nah. And then he'll hang up. Then Mike will call, is he there? They, like you said, they were just too competitive, man. Yeah. And then at some point, he got them at the table together, and I think Prince heard the song "I'm Bad," and when it said "Your butt is mine,"
yeah.
They say he just got up and just left. That was that on that. It was over. It never happened. They never did a record together.
Never.
Too competitive. Yeah.
Close to doing something together. And do you know how big and huge that would have
been? That would have been. Come on, man. It would have. Oh, come on. It would have sold a quadrillion records.
It was said every birthday either one of them had, people would go by it or stream it or something.
Man. But yeah, man, like I said, see, it's more of those. There's more stories and more stuff we can talk about, man. Y'all, we're gonna have to wrap it up, man. So this is a part, man. We got to do a part 2. Y'all be on the lookout for, for the G Wiz part 2. Episode to where we gonna. Y'all thought this one was dope. Wait till y'all watch the next one. Yo, so we finna go around the room. We let everybody kind of give their last words for the episode. Shout outs, any advice maybe you want to give, the up and coming DJs or something, or I say DJ or the up and coming entrepreneurs, and whatever, however you want to just end it. Your last words for the episode. So we always start with the guests. So you up first, G.
Oh man, I'm gonna drive around. I'm gonna drive around the neighborhood.
Don't do that. Just come on in. Just come on in. Don't do that.
Hey, Jelks. MJ, yeah. all I can say, man, is when it comes to giving advice, I just say just do stuff your way. You don't have to you don't have to go in the direction somebody else says if you don't feel it. If it feels right, make the turn. If not, stick with what you believe in and how you feel it should be. And the way it turns out, that way you can't blame anybody but yourself. If it's a good thing, then you can praise yourself. If it's a bad thing, you can praise yourself for going through carrying out the plan. And just because it don't make it or turn out the way you expected or wanted to, don't mean that you failed. It just means that it didn't turn out the way you saw it, but it did help you grow.
Oh, you up the bet.
Man, listen, I was just gonna say something simple, but man, you gonna make me have to dig in my bag and pull something out of there, man. To follow that, man. Listen, G, man, we appreciate you being on the show tonight. I think you did say one thing that resonated with me, and I'll just piggyback off what you talked about. One thing you said was, I go where I feel like I have purpose at. And if you go where you feel like you have purpose at, then you'll find your destiny there. And if you find your destiny there, then you'll find your passion there. And you'll be successful in whatever you do. So go where your purpose is, man, and you'll find your destiny.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's my turn, man. And you know, it'd be hard because y'all always come up with them good ones, man. Then y'all leave me like last, and now I got to come up with something clever.
You made the order. I mean,
right.
Who made the lineup, MJ? Who made the lineup? Now you got to bring us home, and you scared of bat, man. You better swing for the fences. Don't be trying to bunt. Get hit by a pitch. Come on,
okay, man. I'm finna go for it, man. I'm going for it. Okay, man. Thank you, G Wiz, man, for spending the time with us, man, on the show tonight. I tell everybody when you come on this show, you family now. It's like coming to grandma's house. Like, you know what I'm saying? You family now. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't cuss a lot on here.
Grandma might be listening.
Yeah, grandma in the other room trying to sleep. Oh man, but then like a thing that you said, a lot of things that resonated with me. One of the things that comes to mind is that that you would rather be a jack of all trades than a master of one. And I that right there, kind of, man, that's advice for anybody out there, man, who have anything that they want to do or any dreams or if you've made it, if you've gotten to a certain level at one thing, know that if you can take that same mindset and determination and apply it toward any other thing that you want, you can accomplish that too. And I just want to say, man, thank you again for coming, man, on the show. Please come back and do a part 2, part 3, part 4, man. Like I said, you family now. You know what I'm saying? We'll send Uncle Joe to get you if you ain't got no ride.
Uncle Joe moves kind of slow though. You can't sneak nothing past me. You can't.
Man, this has been a fun episode, man. Y'all be on the lookout for the next ones, man. This has been G Wiz part 1 on the Mr. Jelks show. Oh, you the man. I love y'all, man. Y'all hold it down. Peace and love. Thanks everybody for watching, man. And we out.
Squad up, haters down, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around, Got the crowd, gone wild, Tell me what you know about that milk style,